What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Retro Night. And this time around, we are playing James Bond 007 for the Game Boy. So let's get right into it. So off the bat, you may notice that in James Bond 007, you're actually allowed to save your data. Yeah, it's just like Legend of Zelda, which is sweet. That's actually pretty good. That's always a plus for a game. Even if it may be shitty, it's still a plus for a game that's shitty. But you're allowed to put in your initials or your short little name or whatever. But yeah, you can put that stuff in. It saves your data, which is cool. That's always good. And then once you jump into the game, you realize something. James Bond 007 is a ripoff. Now, James Bond itself is not a ripoff. No. The game style is a ripoff. Yeah, the game is ripping off Legend of Zelda. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. How you can input your name. Legend of Zelda. There you go. Legend of Zelda. Saving your data with save and continue, save and quit, quit without saving, and quit and continue or whatever as those options. Saving your game. Who did that first? Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. And then having A and B as your item buttons. I wonder who did that first. Legend of Zelda. Yeah, this game is nothing more than a ripoff of the first Legend of Zelda game. And I say the first one is because, well, it's the top-down view. You got your A and B. You know, you got your pretty much your sword, which is your fist, and your B button, which is your shield, which is just your block or your counter or whatever it is. But I say it's a rip-off of the first one is because in the first one, you really didn't know what the fuck you were doing or where you had to go. And that's essentially what this is in this game. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you have to do. All you know is you'll get to this damaged bridge and the guy says, hey, I need my hammer, and then you gotta go fucking look for his hammer. It's just like Legend of Zelda, where you just go around, find people, talk to them, they tell you what to do, and you're like, oh, okay. Unlike more linear games where they're like, hey, go over there and go kill that guy. He's the evil. Go kill him. That's a linear game because they're telling you automatically you have to go over there and go kill that guy. Compared to where Legend of Zelda, they're just like, yeah, wander around, talk to people. People probably tell you what you fucking have to do. And then finally, once you get farther into the first level, this is the first level. You're in China. You realize you get into this like Buddhist monk temple type thing, and you realize the way the temple looks and stuff like that reminisce of fucking temples from Legend of Zelda. Exactly, it just reminds me of temples from Legend of Zelda. I was just like sitting there when I was playing it. I was like, it's reminding me of Legend of Zelda so much, and I'm just bonked it on my head. I was like, oh my god, James Bond 007 is a rip-off of Legend of Zelda. Down to the battery, down to inputting your name, down to the top view style, down to using A and B as your item selections or your item placement or whatever. I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe this. So yeah, it's a ripoff. Not a very good one either. This game is actually terribly boring because there's not a lot of enemies in the game. Unlike Legend of Zelda, where let's say you go the wrong path, at least there's enemies for you to combat and try out your new weapons that you acquire and stuff like that. So there's always the plus for that on Legend of Zelda. This, I encountered one enemy, and it was right before I got into the temple. The dude was like, hey, who are you? You're not supposed to be here. And I fought him and I won. But it's like one enemy. Just one enemy is all I fought in the first, like, let's see, 6-7 minutes of this game. At least with Legend of Zelda, instantly, as soon as you get the sword, you walk somewhere, bam, enemies. Something for you to kill. Something for you to fight. So you can get the idea of the combat. This, no, I had to get the feel of the combat fucking 6 to 7 minutes into this video. So, Anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. Do not pick up James Bond 007. I had to because it's going part of my Game Boy collection. So, yeah, and kind of had to for, you know, this whole month, Secret Agent March and all that shit. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, Retro Nerd out.